We've all heard about the opioid epidemic. But what are opioids and why are they such a big problem? Opioids are basically a type of pain-killing drug. No one likes pain, right? So why wouldn't you want to take a drug to help relieve it? Well, I'm going to answer that question by asking another question. Do you think heroin, which is an opioid drug, is good for you? In case you're unsure how to answer that question, let me first list some of the effects of taking heroin: nausea and vomiting, itching, insomnia, infections, abscesses, constipation, liver, kidney and lung disease, mental health problems, problems with sexual function, and to cap it off, death. And I'm not just talking about a few deaths. Heroin kills thousands of people every single year. I think we would all agree that this highly addictive drug is bad for you, right? You might be surprised to know that heroin was produced over 100 years ago by pharmaceutical companies as an alternative to morphine, because morphine, which is also a painkiller and another opioid drug, was causing too many problems with addictions and overdoses. It was thought at the time that heroin was less addictive than morphine, so it would be a better option. Now that thinking was simply wrong. You may be wondering why I keep talking about heroin. Well, fast forward to about 20 years ago. New types of opioid drugs began to emerge, and they were thought to be more beneficial and less addictive than heroin. You might have heard the names of some of these drugs: tramadol, OxyContin, codeine, and Vicodin, just to name a few. In reality, modern-day opioid drugs are similar to slow-release heroin. They are highly addictive, and they're associated with major withdrawal symptoms, and they're killing more and more people every single year. When they were released, these new opioid drugs were falsely marketed to doctors as being an effective pain reliever with a low risk of addiction, and they quickly gained popularity for the treatment of chronic pain. Chronic pain is pain that has been around for more than 3 months. As it turns out, though, they provide minimal relief for long-term pain like arthritis or chronic back pain. In fact, there is no good quality scientific evidence that shows that they have good long-term benefits for managing pain. What there is good evidence for is that prescription opioids cause significant harm and thousands of deaths every single year. In 2018, there was almost 50,000 opioid overdose deaths in the US alone. This is why current guidelines say that opioids are not the answer for chronic pain, and they should be avoided. So I think we can all agree that opioids should not be your first choice option when you are in pain, and should be avoided wherever possible, because there are much better choices out there. So what can you do if you're in pain? Current guidelines promote avoiding drugs and surgery if you have pain, and instead, one of the first-line choices you should look at is manual therapies like chiropractic care. Chiropractic care is well known in the research literature to help people who suffer with neck pain, back pain, and headaches. And research has shown us that people who go to see a chiropractor are far less likely to take opioid medication. In fact, a large recent high-quality study reviewed all the scientific evidence about opioid use in people who see a chiropractor. When the researchers in the study put all the evidence together, they found that people with back pain who saw a chiropractor were 64% less likely to receive an opioid prescription. Considering how harmful opioid medication can be, this is a really important finding. If you go and see a chiropractor when you're in pain, you are much less likely to need to take opioid drugs. That has got to be a good thing for you. And don't forget that chiropractic care has so much more to offer than just helping you with your chronic pain. Chiropractic care is all about improving the communication between your brain and body so you can function at your best. But if you are suffering from pain, don't reach for the pill bottle. Instead, do your best to stay positive, move often, eat well, sleep well, and go see your family chiropractor.